Okay, it's time again for my Friday night movie recommendation. This week, from the year 2000, I'm going to recommend that you watch Battle Royale. Battle Royale is a Japanese film, so get ready to read some subtitles. I know that some people don't like reading subtitles, but I really think you need to read the subtitles while hearing the Japanese inflection. Me, I just like the Japanese language, personal preference, bias, what have you. This film came out in 2000. A lot of weird things were happening in 2000. Okay, you had Y2K. The world didn't end, but a lot of people thought for sure, oh my God, the software's going to die. We're all, banks are going to, lose the money that we have, yada, yada, yada. Well, that didn't happen. Fun games were coming out. The Sims came out. So rather than procrastinate in real life, you could procrastinate virtually in the Sims game. Other memorable movies are coming out in the theaters. We had Billy Elliot, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. These are great films. And toy robots were a rage. I still have, and he still works, my Hasbro iDog. Isn't he cute? Oh, okay. You're going to be turned off. I just love the sound he makes when I turn him off. But anyway, did you turn off? There we go. Okay. Love this little guy. Still works. Other things. American Dolls were very popular. I don't know if people still collect Barbies, but there was a Marie Antoinette Barbie that came out that year. Remember that. Let's see. Number 1 on the Billboard Top 100 with Faith Hill singing Breathe. And also, sadly, this was the year of the Columbine shooting, which the timing of that, I mean, first of all, it should never have happened, but it did happen. You'll understand how the timing was bad for this movie in regards that the premise for Battle Royale, in case you don't know, I mean, the movie has been out for some 24 years, but the premise, the Japanese government, in an effort to battle juvenile delinquency, which was then a very big problem, probably still is, decides that they will grab a bunch of junior high students, stick them on the island, and tell them, hey, guess what? You're going to battle to the death. So, makes no sense whatsoever, but they thought by making an example of these kids, is being broadcast, what have you. Who knows the reason? But anyway, they have 3 days to kill each other off, or they'll be killed. They're all wearing explosive collars, and there can be only one, as it were. The movie, first of all, I gotta mention, I love the performance by Taro Yamamoto. He's an actor I've watched for decades. He's back at that time. He had also been doing a game show. He was a game show host for this competition, this physical competition, where I think it eventually came to be known in the U.S. as American Ninja, where you jump and leap and go over obstacles and runs. But in this version, people did it in weird costumes and just for fun. It was a lot of things you just laugh and point, oh look, he failed, ha 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 ha. But the fact that he was that game show host and it was a comedy, and then really kind of twisted the knife, as it were, as what they were trying to do in this movie. You have your childhood friendships are being tested. You have cliques that are discovering that they're not very cliquish. You've got individual jealousies and desires, and public masks are being dropped, and the type of emotional armor some kids were using just to get by, to survive in school, isn't going to help them now because literally bullets are flying. It is a public commentary on being bullied. It's a public commentary on how parents fail their kids, about how society failed kids. So you can see why it wasn't released in the U.S. in 2000. It took over 10 years before it got released in the U.S. They just didn't want to have to deal with the lawsuits and also bad time. Meanwhile, everywhere else in the world, okay, some other countries were having issues with this. This movie was very decided. Even in Japan, there was a lot of criticism. Japan is very tolerant about their movie industry, but this one got and most movies self-apply their rating system. This one strongly advised that nobody under 16 should see this film, which I highly advise that too. If you're under 16, don't watch this film because it's going to mess you up. Okay, so you'll probably watch it anyway. Yeah, I'm guessing most of you are more than 16, but even if and it's been out, like I said, for 20 years, but it is a little bit of I'm really trying to find words. It broke so much ground. This film became hugely influential after it came out. It pretty much created its own genre. And a lot of people were saying, hey, watch Battle Royale before the Americans start trying to make movies like this and screw it up, because that's how good this film is. So I highly recommend, for your viewing pleasure, watch Battle Royale. You can watch it on Canopy. You can also watch it on Tubi, but you might as well watch it on Canopy where there aren't any commercials. Canopy is spelled with a K, by the way, and it's supplied by your local public library. All you need is a library card and an email address and a zip code, and boom, you're watching free movies. How cool is that? Anyway, I loved this film. I think it's a superior film. It's certainly on my list of top 100 films. Anyway, Battle Royale tonight.